29%. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Hi guys. Hi sexy slayers. How you doing? I hope you've been slaying. I hope you've been excelling. I hope you've been... Gosh, I've just been taken aback because I didn't realise my camera's only got 29% and I'm on episode 14 of Married at First Sight, doing the maths. I'm trying to get through all of them. I know I've been busy, guys. It's all I can say. It's just I've been busy. How are you guys doing? How have you been slaying? How have you been how have you been smut? How have you been excelling? How have you been excellent? Yes, you guys. Because that's what you are. That's what sexy stands for. I've told you already. S is for smart or sharp or them things there. E is for excellent or extravagant. X is for excelling because, like I said, I can't think of anything else that stands for X. Y is for you. Yes, you guys. How are you guys doing? How have you been slaying in your lives? I hope you've been good. Anyway, short, sweet, to the point. I've already watched part 1 of episode 14 of Married at First Sight, Australia Down Under, and it's basically all about what happened in the commitment ceremony. Bryce is still adamant that he did nothing wrong. He was okay with the way he was speaking. Melissa says that when they got home from the ceremony, he opened up to her and she likes that. She's never had a man that's done that for her, so she's really happy with him. Everyone else is thinking, nah, you need to listen to the experts sometimes. I mean, change a few things about yourself, I mean, at least. But they don't seem to see it like that, so that's what that is. James went AWOL for a whole night after the ceremony because Joe wanted to speak to him about how he made her feel about going to kiss Alessandra and saying it's all good and them things there, which it wasn't a joke, it wasn't funny, none of them things there. And they had an argument and he left for the night and he's come back and he's like, why do I have to answer to you, kind of like thing. So she's now left because obviously you have to think about it like this. She's got children. She's left her children to be in the experiment. He's going on funky. So I don't blame her. That was a little bit funky. I don't know what that's going on. He's very, very hurt. I just see a very hurt person. And that's that, guys. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I didn't realise I've got 29% on my camera. I need to be charging it. Where is the charger though? I'm just looking around and we can't see the charger. It should just be here. Okay, so I'm going to love you guys and leave you. See you in the next part. Alright, take it. Bye. Hi guys, so part 2 down, and it was literally about, I didn't know this as well, so anyway, so they've decided to bring in two new couples. So it was just an introduction to the first couple, which was Liam and Georgia. Liam has come from a broken home. He was raised by his grandparents. It makes him quite emotional that, you know, he says that he feels that he was dead to his dad as soon as he was born. Got really emotional about that. I get what he means, to be honest. What else? Yeah, he's been brought up by his grandparents, so he has had that representation in his life, and he does want to have a relationship with somebody to replicate the type of relationship that his grandparents has. He's bisexual. That's how he identifies, but he wants to have a family, and so he wants to be with a woman to have that family. And they found Georgia for him. She says she loves pink. She comes from quite an entrepreneurial family. Her mum's quite well known, I'm guessing, in Australia. She looks quite familiar, to be fair. Apparently her mum had a brain hemorrhage that kind of changed her life for her. The reason why they've been put together is because they're both quite unconventional. They're both quite direct in the way they talk. They're both self-accepting, and they feel that they'll be able to share those qualities between each other, I guess, for want of a better word. That's it, guys. Keeping it short and sweet. See you in part 3. Okay, bye. Part 3 down, and it was the weddings. But before the weddings, I gotta tell you about who was getting married, because it wasn't the first people that I was talking about. No, it wasn't. It was Johnny, and Kerry is her name, and he's from a big Italian family who love a lot and who laugh a lot, and he's got a very positive representation of love because his parents are still together, and he said that his dad still kisses his mum when he comes home from work, which is just lovely, isn't it? And he has been married before. He was together with her for 2 years, and within 6 months of the relationship she left him. he doesn't go into why, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. And so obviously it took him some time to heal. He's been trying to recuperate. Why is it back already? Gosh, look, it's only been 1 minute. No, I don't think I've been talking too much. Okay, let me quickly finish. And so yeah, there's that. And then there's Kerry. She's a romantic. She's just looking for her one great love. She's also been divorced. She just felt like it wasn't going, well, they were friends after a while, and that's what can happen. Like, you can have that initial attraction to somebody, and then you go through the different love stages. You can go through those love stages quite quickly. That this ends up to be in a platonic love. It seems like she went through her, what is that word? Is it liminar stage. I will remember. I literally just learnt it last week. That's why maybe not as tapped in. It's tapped in, but it's not. Basically, it's the first stage of love, and that love is usually erotic. That love is very lustful. That love is very want to rip each other's clothes off, and they can then settle into like the honeymoon stage. I just thought I'd just give you a little bit of psychosexual there, you know, a little psychosexual information there. So yeah, so it seems like theirs just went to the platonic love very quickly. I don't know. So yeah, so she's been married before as well. The original couples didn't know they'd be going to their wedding, and they've all turned up at Johnny and Kerry's wedding basically, and it's quite sweet. They gave Johnny a few pointers because he came in and he was like, oh hi, oh yeah, unfortunately his family couldn't come, so it was just his brother. And his brother, I don't know if they're twins or they were just, I don't know, they just look exactly the same. But yeah, he's the only one that's there representing him. And on Kerry's side, it seems that she has a few more friends. And then there was all the couples, the OG couples at the back. So he was like, oh, you guys are here, very scripted. Oh, you guys are here for the bride, right? Just so, why you would never say that? Of course, who else is they're going to be here for? The bloody cameraman. Who else are they going to be here for if it's not for either you or her? But yeah, it was for both of you anyway. It's the OG couple, and they gave him a few pointers, just relax, it'll be alright, kind of like thing. Then she came, there was instant attraction. That's it. Yeah, but Joe's not feeling good about being there. It's not having the expected, or not the expected, the hopeful result on them. And I know there's another word that will say, I just cannot remember. Basically, the what's that word? When you're expecting something, you're looking for something to happen now. Anyway, the reasons why the OG couples are there is to see if their relationship could reignite. And there's a word for that, the expected desire, the desired result, let's just say. Yeah, it's not working for Joe and James. That's basically, I forgot the word just to say that. Yeah, it's not working for them because she's sitting there, he's sitting there firstly. And yeah, that's that, guys. I'm going to go. See you in the next part. All right, bye. Yeah, part 4 down, and it was Liam and Georgia. Obviously Liam's a bit wary because obviously he's bisexual, and he doesn't know if Georgia's going to accept that or accept that part of him. And also Georgia doesn't know if her soon-to-be husband, which is obviously Liam, is going to accept her loudness and her personality and all of that. So it seems like they do both have, coming from different spectrums of assumptions. I mean, Liam is scared that she's going to assume certain things about him because if he reveals that he is bisexual, and she's thinking, or Georgia's thinking, that he might assume certain things about her because of the way she is. So they're coming from different spectrums of assumptions being made, basically. I mean, just because someone has identified as bisexual, that doesn't mean they want to jump on every man and woman inside. It doesn't work like that. That's not the case for bisexual people. They can happily sacrifice being with another sex in order to please the attractiveness, the joy, the happiness, everything they actually experience with that one person, no matter what gender they are. So, yes. He can happily be with her. They could even decide to bring her on. That's their choice as well. There's different ways to do things. They can easily just bring someone in sometimes, you know? They could. It will be a marriage, but it will be a consensual, non-monogamous marriage, you know? But you can have that in being single and having those type of relationships. I'm sure you can have it in marriages as well. if that's what they choose to decide. It's got nothing to do with me. I'm just talking about all the different types of possibilities they could have. So that's that. And yeah, that's it really. And the other half of the OGs went there. So there was Patrick, there was Brett and Buka, and then there was how can I forget, Bex and Jake. And that was it, guys. Instant attraction. They liked each other. Apparently George's squill is what relaxed Liam, so it could be a match in heaven. Let's see. See you next part. Bye. Hi guys, so part 5 down, and it was for initially Johnny and Kerry at the reception. It seems like it's going well, and then they started talking about pets and stuff like that. And Kerry said that she had 2 pets and her ex is looking after it. And then there was a bit of a conundrum there where we weren't sure what, you know, Johnny was going to say. Like, what? Your ex? Like, what do you mean? Why are you here then? But then he turned it into like a commonality thing, because he's like, oh, I'm also divorced, and it's great that you have such a relationship with your ex. He doesn't have that type with his ex kind of like thing. Yeah, he actually admired that. And then on another side of things, James is reminiscing as to, you know, he's quite sad that he is where he is with Joe, and Joe's also transferring all her experience with James into Kerry and Johnny's relationship. Because she, out of the blue, I think the OGs were like, oh, congratulations, and she was like, yeah, congratulations for 5 days, mate. That's all you lot are going to get, because that's all I got. So she's just transferring her situation into there. It's called transference, basically. She's just transferring it. She's seeing her experience in that situation, and she's transferring it back onto them, because that's what happened to her, so it's going to happen to them, kind of like thing. You know what I mean? So there was that, and then everybody was shocked, obviously, but I'm just not going to even go into that, guys. Let's just get into the relationship side of things. And then Johnny took, again, as another learning experience, because he's like, you don't ever have to worry. I'm never going to embarrass you like that, babes. And what's her name? What's his new wife? Kerry was like, me too. I'm not that type of drama mama. You know what I mean? So that was good. They had that commonality there as well. I don't know why they're adding this into it, but anyway, Joe was about to pipe up again, and then someone told her, like, shut the hell up, basically. This ain't your time. This is someone else's wedding. Sort yourself out. And then in the midst of that, James asked her if she had any, no, Joe asked if she had any, if James had any regrets. He said no, and she also said no. So you've just seen them, we just saw them walk off together. Hopefully they're going to talk. Let's just see. Oh yeah. Ugh. Liam, with no help from production team, or no help from the idea of the fact that he's on Married at First Sight or anything like that, decided he's going to tell his new bride at his wedding that he is bisexual. And he was going to decide to do that at the wedding. Yeah, you heard right, guys. But lo and behold, someone started laughing that neither the bride or the groom understood, or not understood, recognized that laughter. And they thought, hold on, who's that laughing here? I was just about to tell you I'm bisexual, and someone is laughing at my wedding. I don't recognize their voice. You don't recognize their voice. Let's go and investigate. And lo and behold, it was the OGs. And so they got acquainted, so he didn't say it. And then in the midst of the conversation, Beck said something along the lines of sexuality. I mean, no one would have then thought that what's her face, the new bride, I've forgotten her name, because this is such an incredible story. What's her name? Georgia all of a sudden turned to Liam and said, what, are you bisexual? And then he said, yes. And then they walked off to go and cut the cake or something like that. And we've been left in suspense. So that's where it left, guys. I'm going to leave it there. See you in part 4 or 5, I think it is. I think it's 5. All right, see you later. All right, bye. Episode 14 done. I've just finished watching part 6. And James apologised to Joe, which was rightly so, to be fair. They both started reminiscing and realising that maybe they both gave up too quickly. So they're going to give it another go, because they hugged it out. And then the newlyweds met them, and Joe apologised for her little outburst in the beginning. And then there was Liam and Georgia, and you could see a change in Georgia's body. Well, both of them seem to be talking to their sides of the family more. then talking to each other after the bombshell of him being bisexual. They had a talk, and Georgia seems to be happy to take him as he is. And she says that, you know, everything has led him to this point, so, you know, they sealed it with a kiss. Yeah, I mean, you know, some women who identify as heterosexual wouldn't find a bisexual person attractive. That's just it. Some people can accept that, some people can't, because maybe it's just the way they're wired. There's fear that, you know, perhaps the person can potentially go and seek that gratification, all of those types of things. So if Georgia had said, oh, she's not happy to go ahead, we can't really blame it, because it's her preference. That's all I was going to say. And that it's not that she's being homophobic or anything like that. Everyone has a preference. So I was going to say that as well, because it could be like a bisexual woman wouldn't want to go out with a bisexual man. Each to their own. So I thought I'd say that. But guys, I finished episode 14. I'm coming back to watch episode 15. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok. Sex and Slay with Azamai MUA. SECKSNSLAYWITHASAMIMUA. That's me. Okay, and then you can also find me on YouTube and on Facebooks. That is Azamai MUA Beauty, and then Twitter on Azamai MUA. Guys, I'm coming to watch episode 15. I'm on a roll today. No long things. I gotta get this done. Okay, so I'll see you in a minute, but in the next episode of Doing the Maths, because it'll be Doing the Maths episode 15. This was Doing the Maths episode 14. My smart, my excellent, my excelling. You peoples, yes, you slayers, you're slaying everywhere. Every part of your lives is being slayed by you guys and your gifts and your talents. Okay, so I'll see you in part. No, I won't see you in this one is finished. This one's finished. Now I'm talking too much, guys. I'll see you later. Take care. All right, bye.